Welcome everyone to the Spagdale Board of Ed meeting for April 9th, 2024, day after the eclipse. So auspicious, I guess. Would you please join me in saying the pledge? Pledge allegiance
to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
So we're going to start the meeting today, rather than going to the consent agenda, straight to item 2.01 on our agenda, which is the superintendent's budget presentation. So take it away, Dr. Annie. All right. It's up there. It's up there?
Yep, it's up there. Okay.
So welcome. I know we're here for the festivities to congratulate our tenure recipients, but before we get there, this is an important meeting. This is the meeting that the board adopts the budget. So I'm going to recap a presentation I did last board meeting about the budget. So maybe you'll find it interesting to our staff that's here and their family and friends. Shouldn't be too long, and then we'll move on with the meeting as in hand. So you're going to advance me? All right. So here's just an agenda for what will be in this PowerPoint. So you can just look at it there, read some of them. So some of the things that definitely want to talk about is what are responsible decisions when coming up with a budget. We're going to look at some of the district successes and show that some of the past successful budgets have really paid dividends for us as a district, and then we'll get into the proposed budget. And then in the proposed budget, we're going to look at the key parts of the budget. What is going to be our proposed tax levy, what will happen if we need to do a contingency, and also talking about a capital reserve project that we're looking to add. So we have conservatively budgeted our state revenue forecast in this budget, right? Conservatively means we're kind of looking at what our funding will be from the state and not assuming it's going to be everything, so that we will have room if the state funding doesn't happen. I received some good news today that it looks like the governor is working at a deal to restore some of the funding that was not there. Hasn't happened yet, but at least it's good news. Go back one more, Mr. Secretary. Our reserves are healthy, so we are in a very good spot as a district, and the fiscal stress report that we get for the comptroller is positive for Spagdale. So this is all good news. We're doing well. So take a look at some of the things we've done in our instructional response through the years. We added this slide, I think, when COVID came out and we wanted to say how are we responding to what's going on. Our after-school programs have, continued, and we definitely enhanced them, over the past few years. We will continue to do that. Something we're very proud of is the Virtual Tech Academy. That happens every summer, and I guarantee you some of our teachers who are here today or staff have participated in that. That has really blossomed and really helped us as a staff get trained through the years and really learn a lot of the nuances of virtual land and all the things that happened we had to do with COVID, and now we're using that same knowledge to enhance the classroom now that we're back. Some of the other things definitely to highlight is our AVID program, which is going strong here. Mr. Doherty has been really the leader of that, and we have that here in the middle school, and next year it'll be at the high school. And the Positivity Project. You've heard a lot about the Positivity Project via our community newsletter, and that's something we're very proud of. It's a K-12 initiative. And that's really helping us flourish here at SPAC. So what are the responsible decisions, right? This is important, right? So we really try to put together a budget that is under the tax cap. Val has worked tirelessly, and usually with a smile, sometimes without, but most of the time with a smile, as we try to present a budget that kind of works for everything, you know, for taxpayers and for the district to continue what we're doing. Provide a budget that reduces the possibility of significant negative fluctuation in the future. We don't want to have a budget that's super high one year, super low one year. Try to, you know, keep it steady if we can. We want to maintain the learning environment and the student-centered environment that we have here. We want to communicate the academic successes, which we're going to do here in a moment, that we're doing here, and continue to seek out of district revenue sources, you know, such as our tuition program. So district successes, very proud of these. You know, some of these are maybe weighted more than others, but this is just kind of some cool stuff that's happening here at SPAC. So there's a company called Niche, and they rank districts in the county and places to live in the county. And once again, SPAC and Kiel is ranked number one, the number one school district in the county, and the number one place to live in the county. So that's pretty cool. Our middle school has been named a middle school, one of the best middle schools in the country. So that's pretty cool. Our high school has also been named that. So we kind of know this stuff, but it's good when others recognize it. Next slide. So some other things quickly. The first one there I kind of mentioned already. It's one of the best places to live in Dutchess County. So that's pretty cool. We're winner of the Safety Award, the highest level for the Safety Award. We seem to get that every year. What are we at? We're at 12-year running. Just recently, we were named a Best Community for Music Education again. That just came out last week, I want to say. Physical education classes. I know I saw Marco here before. There he is. You know, very big with CPR and AED. That means our students are getting that, which is very nice. I always joke that it's always good if you personally have one, but it's good to have people around you who know CPR and AED. And our computer science, we had the Female Diversity Award for expanding young women's access to AP computer science, and that has been a wonderful experience for us. Our Math League has done extremely well. Our Odyssey of the Mind has done extremely well. Our Science Olympiad has done extremely well. And also we have our Academic World Quest. All things that we're proud of here at SPAC. Something else that's kind of neat is if you are a homeowner in SPAC, the real estate in the SPAC community continues to be basically higher than any other area, or pretty much. So this is a quote from a realtor that we know. Low inventory and high demand continue to drive the market in SPAC and Kiel. The 10-year report shows a higher percentage increase of the median sales price in SPAC and Kiel at 10% than in the county at 5%. The median price has increased by 1.9 year-to-date and 6.9 year-over-year. So this is definitely a desired place to live, and we like that, right? That's definitely telling. One of the ways we do raise money is we do have a tuition program, and that continues to thrive. I believe we're going to be up to about $500,000 next year in revenue from that program, so we're proud of that. Take a look at our proposed budget. Val will probably jump in, but I'm going to continue a little bit to keep us rolling here, because I know people want to get to the next part. So if you look at the first part, top there, that is the budget that we currently are using, right? So this is, oh no, that is the proposed budget, so I'm back to that. So this is what we propose for next year. So you see the 53.9 is the proposal. This year it's 51.9, so that's about a $2 million increase, and that percent increase budget to budget is 3.89. The tax levy, which a lot of people look at, will be about 33 million, which is about 500, half a million more than last year at a 1.7% increase. So that is the number where we try to keep below the tax cap, which this year for us is well above 2, but we're still below that number with 1.7. So what drives the budget? Here's some things that are driving the budget for this year. A couple vehicles and equipment that we need in order to keep going. We are adding a special ed teacher, 0.2 music teacher, 0.8 foreign language teacher due to need. And we're going to continue to offer up more slots in our pre-K program. The key drivers, you've heard Val say this, so there's really, what is that, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 items that really drive our budget. So those 5 items on there really come up to 85% of our budget, and there's really not much we can do with those 5 items. So about 85% of the budget is sort of locked in because of these 5 items. Salaries, health insurance, BOCES, our payment to the retirement system, and debt service that we have. If you look at the pie chart, that's next, you can see of the budget, 75% of it is the administrative costs to run a school district. So you're talking salaries, benefits of everyone that is in this. Well, that's the smallest part, thank you. The program right there, that's the green one?
Yeah.
Yeah, that is what drives everything here. So 75%, salaries, benefits of all teachers, support staff, instructional materials, equipment, athletics, that's really the bulk of everything, with the administrative and the capital a smaller piece of the pie. Val, I've been talking a lot. Do you want to take it home?
Sure.
Yeah.
Get to the fun part.
Yeah.
The proposed tax levy. For the current year, the tax levy is approximately $32,500,000. The maximum levy that the district would be allowed to impose for next school year would be $33,300,000, which would be a maximum increase over the current year of a little over $800,000, or a 2.5% increase. However, we are proposing a tax levy of just over $33 million, which would represent an increase of little more than $500,000, or a 1.7% increase in the levy over the current year. We are required to present a contingency budget. A contingency budget comes into play if the community does not approve the budget as it's presented. If the budget is not approved, the Board of Ed has 2 options. One, to have a second vote in June with the same budget or a modified budget, or they may go directly to a contingency budget. If the board chooses a second vote and that vote also fails, then the district is required to adopt a contingency budget. And the next slide. For Spack and Hill, what that would mean is we would have to reduce the proposed budget by $552,802. That is required because in a contingency, a tax levy has to be no more than the tax levy of the prior year. So since our tax levy increased by that $500,000, we would have to decrease the proposed budget by that $500,000 to meet the contingency budget. And we would achieve that reduction by eliminating any equipment that's in the budget, eliminating the transfer to funds, and reducing our supply budget, which would give us a contingency budget of $53,385,443, which would still be a 2.89% increase over the current year budget. We'll also be asking the community to approve the establishment of a capital reserve. We've been talking a lot about electric vehicles and zero-emission vehicles and all the infrastructure that would be required to support that. We are asking the community to approve us establishing a reserve for us to be able to set aside funds to address that unfunded mandate, which would require that starting in 2027, any vehicle that the district purchases for the transportation of students would have to be a zero-emission vehicle. This is the proposition as it would appear on the ballot. It is asking the community to allow us to establish a reserve which would not exceed amount of $10 million, and we would fund that periodically over the course of the next 10 years from unexpended funds from each budget. This is all that's left to do for this year's budget. If the board adopts the budget tonight, on May 7th, we will have a public hearing where we will have public comments and public feedback. And on May 21st, we will ask the community to vote on the budget, the proposed proposition, and to elect a trustee. We have us on our website all the information that has been presented to date about the budget, and as other documents are completed pending the adoption of the budget by the board that I have to file with New York State, those budget documents will also be on our website.
So that completes the presentation. Are there any questions from the board regarding the presentation? This is the second time. That's why we do it. We do it twice. So I think we asked a lot of questions last time, which was good, but it's always good to have that. Yes?
Yeah, well, just not really a question, clarification. So every year, the contingency budget, we see the numbers. If you could just maybe clarify a little bit how that contingency budget is established.
The way that we
Is it a
establish it.
formula? Or?
Well, the formula is it has to be no more, the tax levy to support that budget has to be no more than the tax levy of the previous year.
Mm-hmm.
So since the increase in the tax levy for this year was a little over $500,000, we would have to eliminate that $552,000 from the budget. The state mandates that the first thing we eliminate are equipment purchases. The second thing that we eliminate are any transfers to other funds, so transfers that we do for capital or transfers that we do for a special aid fund. Those would have to be cut. And then we would do the rest by cutting supplies. And it's almost up to the district as to where and what supplies are being cut.
Go back to that slide.
So that if,
One more.
so if you, the other way.
Fair.
No.
One more than the figures that come up next.
That-
Here are the figures.
Right, so in the proposed budget, we have equipment costs of $293,000. That would go away in the contingency budget. We have a transfer to other funds, that is a particular transfer to our capital fund. That would have to be eliminated. And of the supplies, that is not our entire supply budget, but that is what we would cut from supplies to come up to the $552,000.
And those categories are identified, designated by the state.
Yes.
Yeah, we have no control over that. That's why we try to keep it reasonable so that the difference really isn't a lot, but it's enough.
Yeah, no, I appreciate that. I think it's potentially mystifying, I think, to maybe some people as to how that number, comes up to be what it is, but
It's not magic.
It's illuminating, yeah, that's illuminating. The other thing I wonder about is, you've mentioned this in the previous presentations, Val and Dr. Pennywell, about the, our tax levy increase 1.7 is pretty consistent with the relatively low increases we've had over the last couple of years, but you noted in an earlier presentation that compares pretty favorably with other districts in the county.
I would say it's
So-
probably the lowest in the county. There might be one lower.
There might be, and we have not, I have not gotten the final tax levies, but from the information I did get about a month ago, we were one of the lowest, if not the lowest in the county.
Any other questions? Thank you. Thank you.
Okay, with that, we'll move on to item 3.01, public comments on consent agenda items only. Any public comment on consent agenda items? Any board inquiries?
I don't have an inquiry, just the esports program sounds awesome. It was listed in here as one of the things that we're approving on tonight. I'd like to hear more about that at some point in the future to learn a little bit more about it. I've heard a couple of students are really enjoying it. It'd be nice to hear more about it.
It's a good idea. We could look to have a presentation, or maybe one of the middle school presentations coming up. We could highlight esports. Mr. Doherty's in the audience, so I'm sure he hears me. He's nodding.
Thank you.
I guess I just have a comment quickly about the appointments for summer programs and all the activity in the summer. It's always encouraging and gratifying, I think, for me to see the willingness of people to participate, over the summer months, which a lot of time people in the district think of as vacation time, for the district. But a lot of people are very hard at work, and it's always encouraging and gratifying to see that reflected in these appointments.
Okay, with that, I would ask for a motion to approve the consent agenda.
So moved.
Do I have a second?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye, passes 5-0. Okay, item 10.01.
So this is probably the presentation we're all here for. Thank you for listening to the first presentation. But we're here to recognize a number of people for achieving tenure in our district. We feel this is a very special night, and I'm glad to see that our honorees, I see some family members here, which I always think is good. We're going to say some nice things about your child, your spouse, your family member, and it's all deservingly so. I met with everyone we're going to talk about here tonight over the past week or so, and just thoroughly excited with this group. It was probably some of my best days in the office, just talking to this energetic bunch that are leading our children and teaching our children. It just really solidified what we saw when we hired them in the first place. And I know that the principals who are here, I know Mr. Farrell and I know Dr. Mulford have all said similar things about just being proud of who we hire and who gets tenure. So be proud tonight, honorees, because this is kind of cool. I think I used that word a little bit today. And I guess it gives me pleasure to start. We're starting with Mr. Farrell. Is that how we're doing here, Sam? All right. So.
Working hard tonight.
So Mr. Farrell, he's already received tenure another time here. So he's been here, I want to say it's your 13th year?
Yes.
Is that correct? 13 years in the district. He started out as the principal of Nassau and then became the principal of Hagen. And then as COVID was coming and I was coming in as superintendent, he was really identified as a key member of the district, and we wanted to fill a void in district office where we did not really have an assistant sup that dealt really with just curriculum and human resources. Dr. Mulford had to do a lot as the PPS and curriculum, so we needed to kind of fill that void. He has been more than what I think we thought was going to happen by having him come over. His knowledge of the district is amazing. The relationships that he has built, in that 13 years is really probably unmatched. We are at the high school, and we're talking about a kid and it's someone who went through Hagen, and he knows who they are. There's a call at the district office, someone has a concern or something. Oh, I know her, or I know him, that person was, it's just been amazing. And he has a lot of big goals, of things that he wants to see happen. So a lot of what's happening at district office now is really trying to modernize district office. A lot of the procedures were, think of it as like pen and paper, and we're trying to really modernize that, and he's spearheaded a lot of that. And you're going to see a lot of efficiencies because of that. But really, it's really his character and his what's the word I'm looking for? His belief in people that has really just been special, all right? We really have a positive belief at district office about our teachers, our staff, our students, our community members, and he really helps to continue that. I am a positive person. A lot of people know that. I'm an optimist, and I try to look at what's best, and he fits that mode perfectly. And I would say one of the best things he's doing is really meeting with our principals, especially our elementary principals who are here today. His knowledge of Hagen is immense, so I know that he talks to Mr. D'Souza a lot, and he also works a lot with Mr. Lynch, along with our other principals who are here too. But really, what we've done in that elementary core and curriculum is really what we envisioned when we brought him on board, is to really focus on the elementary piece, and think of some of the things we're doing. The science of reading, we're looking at that, into reading, iReady, all these things, working with the principals. So I could probably go on and talk about him. Dr. Mulford, do you want to say a word or two? Because I know you wanted to say something.
I do happen to have something ready.
We're only supposed to be one person per person, but...
Yeah, so John, I've had the pleasure of working with you as a principal and now as an assistant superintendent. Your work ethic is so admirable. You're consistently going above and beyond to get the job done no matter what it is. Everybody can depend on you. I can depend on you no matter what the circumstances. You're a beacon of consistency and trustworthiness. You've consistently shown these qualities, earning the respect of administration, parents, teachers, staff. Your tenure isn't just a recognition of past accomplishments, it's a testament to the endless possibilities that lie ahead. And your dedication, passion, and unwavering commitment serve as an inspiration to all of us. So congratulations to this another tenure, and many more years of growth, success, and meaningful contributions.
Thank you both.
So you do have to come up, Mr. Farrow.
Thank you.
For all that, you get a certificate.
Thanks, you guys. Appreciate it. Thank you, everybody.
Yes, congratulations.
Let's close it now.
Maureen Crickenden is next. So Mr. D'Souza, you're at the mic, taking over.
No mic here. I don't need a mic, so all good. So I have two outstanding individuals, very deserving of tenure, that I'm going to speak about. Tenure is not just a symbol of job security, but a testament to an educator's unwavering commitment and dedication to our students and our school community. I'm going to start with Stephen. Stephen Merrill embodies all of those qualities of that type of educator. He loves teaching and has a genuine passion for working with kids. His drive to make a difference in the lives of his students is palpable. The educational research is pretty clear. When you have positive relationships, when students have positive relationships, they are much more likely to engage in their learning and have positive outcomes. Stephen has an exceptional ability to build meaningful relationships with his students. His caring nature, combined with his good humor, creates a welcoming and nurturing environment for all our students. He's not just their teacher, but but a mentor, a coach, and a role model. Stephen's one of the most driven teachers I've ever seen. His optimism shines through everything he does, infusing positivity in every aspect of school life. Whether it's going outside and playing kickball with his class, staying up late at sharp to make sure his students are okay, the constant buddy lunches with his students, which is just his way of getting free food, I found out. Dressing the part of every spirit day. Stephen brings the energy. One colleague wrote, Stephen's a breath of fresh air to this team and this building. He's always enthusiastic, he interacts with everyone on the staff, and knows something about each person on a personal level. I would guess he knew the names of every person in our building within a couple days. He's so young at heart, but has an old soul. I am, this is this person speaking, old enough to be his mother, but I respect him tremendously as a colleague. He always does what he says he will and will help anyone at any time. I know we tease him for being annoying, but he really is kind-hearted and expresses enthusiasm and positivity no matter what is happening in the building or his own personal life. Some other words that colleagues use to describe him: caring, good humor, tech savvy, particularly for us old folks in fifth, boy wonder, team player, organized, competitive, and builds relationships. To me, Stephen's purpose is, his why is pretty clear. Not only to help students achieve academic success, but also to impart valuable life lessons that shape them into better individuals. He has a remarkable ability to create a classroom environment that feels like a home and where students feel like family. As a principal, I'm honored to work alongside of Stephen. He consistently draws me in with his innovative teaching methods, his loud, enthusiastic teacher voice, and his dedication to his students. Stephen, your love for teaching, dedication to student growth, optimism, and ability to create a welcoming classroom are truly admirable. Congratulations on this well-deserved achievement. Your impact on our school is immeasurable, and I have no doubt you got a bright future ahead of you. Congratulations, Stephen.
Say boy wonder?
Yeah,
That wasn't my word.
it's carryovers.
Now I have the honor of speaking about another amazing young individual, Maureen Crittenden. I'll be speaking on behalf of Dr. Mulford and myself. Maureen is a remarkable educator whose dedication and contributions have had a profound impact on our school community over the past 3 years. She came to Spackenkill from the city and has sewn into our fabric of our school family seamlessly. And you can see it's a very, very tight-knit, big family. Hagen's here representing. Maureen's not just a teacher. She's truly a beacon of kindness and compassion. Her caring nature extends beyond the classroom, touching the hearts of her students and colleagues alike. She approaches every situation with empathy and understanding, creating a supportive environment where every child feels valued and understood. Her intelligence and innovative spirit are evident in her teaching methods. Maureen is constantly seeking new ways to engage her students and enhance their learning experience. Her open-mindedness allows her to adapt to the ever-evolving needs of her students, ensuring that each child receives the personalized support they need to succeed. Maureen works tirelessly in preparing for her annual review meetings. She puts the time and effort into the entire process to ensure that her students' IEPs are thorough and comprehensive. Maureen's commitment to the science of reading and phonics instruction makes her a trailblazer in her field. She stays current with research and best practices, incorporating them into her teaching to help students become confident readers and learners. She's continuously learning and growing and is currently pursuing an associate level certification in the OG approach. Her dedication to her students and her passion make her an invaluable asset to our school. Here's what some of Maureen's colleagues have to say. She is warm, loving, relaxed, and kind. She is compassionate, has a true love and pride for her students, always positive, creative. Since being in our school building, Maureen has been a consistent source of security and love for students. The past 2 years, she has had students come back to visit her and give her a big hug. She has been the guru of our phonics teaching in 3rd grade. The students love her phonics lessons and show so much growth each year. She brings a fresh perspective to our classroom discussions and is never afraid to relate her own personal stories to the students. Maureen is an amazing colleague and friend, always there to listen and support. So we congratulate Maureen on this well-deserved milestone. let us also acknowledge her leadership qualities. She is not only a leader in academic instruction, but also in fostering an inclusive learning environment. She has been an instrumental member of our elementary DEI committee. She takes time out of her busy schedule to develop monthly newsletters for our teachers with clickable links, lesson plan ideas, reading suggestions, and curriculum implications. So just amazing work. Maureen, your tenure appointment is a testament to your hard work, dedication, and leadership. We're fortunate to have you as part of our Hagen family. Congratulations once again on this significant achievement.
Lanzoni, you're up.
It's my absolute pleasure to say a few words about Josh Riley, who's a phys ed teacher at Todd Middle School and the high school, as well as our head football coach and JV basketball coach. Before I do this, I just want to congratulate everybody here tonight that's getting tenure, recommended for tenure. Spackenkill is a great place, and we're so fortunate to have all of you with us, even Mr. Farrell here.
Took a while.
Mr. Farrell and I worked many years on the admin team, and it's just awesome, awesome to work with, and congratulations today. Tenure is a big deal, especially at Spackenkill. Mr. Riley is somebody that has certainly proven to be a special person, outstanding educator and coach for our school district. It's difficult to talk about Josh without talking about where he came from. I started here in 2007. Josh Riley was a student right here at Todd Middle School when I started. I had the privilege to watch him grow as a student, as a person, and then as an athlete over the next 6 years. It was a long time ago, but I truly remember he stood out as just a natural leader. His presence, his smile, his demeanor, it was infectious, and others followed. I noticed this first in the hallway, then on the basketball court, and then on the football field. As an educator, we have a lot of students that come through that are special, and we say, hey, they're going to be outstanding workers. They're contributors to society. If I ever get a chance to work with that person or hire that person, I'm absolutely going to do it. And Josh Riley was one of those students. And I think the other administrators that were here during that time would also agree. This includes Mr. D'Souza, who had the privilege of coaching Josh on the football field. Coach D'Souza and Josh led us to multiple football section championship games. And leading up to tonight, I was reminiscing, going back through yearbooks and articles, reading about Josh when he was in high school. And I'll quote Coach D'Souza.
Oh boy.
Josh Riley is the best football player to walk through Spackenkill ever. High praise from a great coach. But beyond all of this athletic ability, what stood out to me as a young man was his work ethic, his enthusiasm, and ability to lead. This carried over to his college career as a student athlete and phys ed major at SUNY Cortland. Great choice, I might add. And I really believe that early foundation and those character traits that he developed right here at Spackenkill paved the way for him to become an outstanding educator and coach. Josh definitely walks the walk. He holds himself to a high standard and expects the same from his students and his players. He's an advocate for physical fitness and a role model for our students. Students and players want to be in his classroom, they want to be on his team, and he gets the most out of them always. Josh makes genuine connections with students, is able to see things through their perspective, and is sensitive to the emotional needs of all students. He can motivate a student that has a love for sports and fitness, obviously, but what makes him special is his ability to ignite an interest in being physically active for students that don't normally participate. He has the unique ability to find a way to connect to each student and get them to push themselves beyond what they thought they were capable of. You talk about contributions to the district beyond the school day. Josh is one of our biggest contributors. He's our head varsity football coach, JV boys basketball coach. On top of that, he runs the high school intramural program Monday through Thursday after school every day. Josh Riley doesn't go home at 2:30 or 2:45 when the school day ends. Football season starts in mid-August. It goes till November. Basketball season goes from November to March. March to August is off-season workouts. I saw him and the crew out there on the grass soccer field working out tonight before the meeting. I don't know how he does it. You know, I'm constantly checking in with him. He's a high-energy guy. If you ever get to see him coach or teach, he's got a lot of energy. So I'm checking in with him constantly. You good, Josh? You good? In typical Josh fashion, he smiles. I'm good. And nothing really phases this guy. Josh has continued where Coach D'Souza left off and finished what they both started, leading our varsity football team to their first Section 9 championship in football in 2021. Josh is somebody that when asked to do something, absolutely what he need. An example of this is when Hagen needed an extra phys ed person for the Sharp trip this spring. Mr. D'Souza asked him, I'll be there. You know, that's the type of guy that he is. I'm so proud, and the Spack and Kill community should be so proud of the young man that he has turned out to be. It's truly special when you have one of your own come back and continue to make great contributions to our school and community. Getting choked up. Congratulations, Josh. I'm so fortunate and proud to work with you. Congratulations.
Well, congratulations to everybody. It's been recognized so far. Josh, it's pretty neat for me too, having had you as one of my students and seeing everything that you've become. Congratulations. I have an honor to speak on behalf of the outstanding teachers being recommended for tenure from the high school this evening. Spack and Kill has a long-standing tradition of excellence, and each teacher I have the pleasure of introducing to you has proven that they have the drive, desire, and talent to carry on that tradition. They really are the future of the high school, and I'm extremely proud and optimistic of what the high school is going to be moving forward. So I'm going to start with Shannon O'Keefe, and it's an honor and a privilege to speak on her behalf. I'll also be speaking on behalf of Dr. Mulford, the English and the special education departments as well. As a special education teacher, Shannon works with students that have a wide variety of learning needs, which can be incredibly difficult and challenging for a teacher. Shannon is passionate about working with her students and ensures that they meet with success in all aspects of their school life. Her personality is a perfect fit for that challenge. While she's quiet and unassuming, she always has a smile on her face. It's unbelievable no matter what the day holds. She has a passion and drive for what she does and the children that she serves. In addition, Shannon is highly flexible and adaptable. She successfully teaches students at the 9th grade level as well as the 12th grade level. And she co-teaches, which means that she has had to develop, and she did very successfully, a good working relationship with those teachers that she co-teaches with. Shannon is compassionate, loving, caring, and puts her students at ease, which helps bring out their best. And the students that have the most significant learning needs need to feel comfortable, they need to feel loved, they need to feel supported, so that they're willing to take risks and meet their full potential. Shannon works around the clock, not only as a teacher, but she's a loving mother of 3 children of her own. And with all that on her plate, she still takes the time to co-advise the high school chess club. And I know her family is here, but one of her biggest fans from the high school is here, her mentor, Terry Tucci, so thanks for coming as well. So, congratulations. It's my pleasure and honor for me to speak on behalf of Taylor Sargent, who's a mathematics teacher at our high school. Included is the input of our mathematics department as well. Taylor is a kind-hearted person who goes out of her way to welcome others, including new staff members. Despite a schedule which requires multiple preps, such as Algebra 2, geometry, and academic intervention services, she's always willing to give up any available time that she has during the day to help her students and any other student for that matter, to help them become competent and successful in their math classes. Taylor's an excellent collaborator and ensures her student success by working with our counselors, special education teachers, and administrators to see that her students are getting the help and the support that they need. Taylor is one of the most organized teachers I've ever worked with in my career. It is really something to behold. Her classroom is absolutely beautiful, beautifully decorated, and her handwriting just makes her a human marvel. I've never seen anything like it in my life. But the amount of time and interest, and detail that she puts into her organization and her handwriting, she does in every aspect of what she does with our students. And despite a full workload, Taylor serves as our after-school 3 to 5 mathematics teacher. For those who don't know what that is, through that work, Taylor works with students who are either suspended or who may be too medically fragile to attend school during the school day. And that's done from 3 to 5, and her spot, unfortunately, is on a Friday. So she does that for her students, and that really has helped, kids that have been suspended or kids that are too ill for a period of time to come to school from falling behind in their studies. So thank you for all you do, and congratulations, Taylor.
That handwriting skill for
It's with admiration that I introduce to you Alex Flint. Included is input from the science department. Alex teaches chemistry honors and introduction to engineering design, which is a STEM class that's through our project Lead the Way. These courses consist of students with a real wide variety of interests and abilities in science. Alex can work effectively with all of these students, no matter what their aptitude and no matter their interest. And I have witnessed firsthand students who seem completely disinterested in their schoolwork, who show up early and eagerly to the Intro to Engineering class. I came out of an RTI meeting and about a student, and somehow Alex just lights inspiration in this young man, and it's beautiful to see. In fact, I took the time to talk to Alex to find out what his magic was, to see if I could share that with other people. He creates an inviting, supportive, upbeat environment in which his students feel comfortable and motivated. The science department at the high school has historically been a very tight-knit, close group of people. And all the teachers in the department shared with me that Alex was an absolute perfect fit, and that he continues that tradition of dedication, support, and help for the members of the science department. And just as an example, he goes above and beyond and is always there to lend a helping hand and to support our science research program. In addition to his busy day and being the loving father of his baby girl, Alex coaches our successful Science Olympiad team, as well as girls basketball. He also volunteers his time to help out with school activities after school, such as refereeing our class basketball games. So congratulations, and thanks for all you do, Alex.
How's this penmanship?
Not as good as Taylor. Better than mine. Better than mine. Gotta change that. So it's with great pride that I speak on behalf of Dylan Herman, and also included his input from the science department. Dylan has multiple classes, including Principles of Engineering, which is another Project Lead the Way course, AP Physics, and MST, which stands for Math, Science, and Technology. It takes a hard-working, dedicated, and talented teacher to be able to plan for and successfully teach such a wide variety of courses and such a diverse group of students. But Dylan does it well every day. And a word about Dylan's work ethic and dedication. You know, I mentioned the MST class. Well, that class involves using hand tools, power tools, and a whole variety of materials for the curriculum and the projects in which they do. So Dylan attended classes outside of his work hours so that he could become proficient in using such machines and materials. This is typically not, it's not taught, you know, in the courses that a science teacher would take, typical of more of somebody who goes through the tech path for teaching. The science department cannot say enough about how helpful and supportive Dylan is with his colleagues. He's been a great asset to the science research program as well. And despite all of his teaching responsibility, Dylan also coaches our successful Science Olympiad and math teams. And he proudly sends pictures and descriptions from those competitions so that we as a community can celebrate the students' successes that they've had in our weekly newsletter. And if that isn't enough, Dylan literally attends every student event, from egg hunts to sporting events to chaperoning a whole host of different field trips that we have throughout the year. In fact, I honestly am wondering whether he has a twin, because I swear I saw him in two places at the same time. He loves our community, and his dedication and his willingness to be here for everything, no matter the child, is a testament to that. So, congratulations, Dylan.
Before you go, did you do anything with the eclipse? Because I know you had big plans.
Me and my parents went to Syracuse to visit my brother. Then we went all the way to Plattsburgh, and we saw totality. Yeah, I could send pics, I guess.
Pics would probably be more than.
Yeah, I can't really speak to it. It's a unique experience, without a doubt.
How was traffic getting home?
Better than I thought. 15 miles per hour on 87. I would say that's a good speed for considering what happened.
Congratulations.
Yes, thank you, thank you.
Before we close this segment, just if all honorees would stay to the end, we'd like to take a picture. And also like to acknowledge someone's presence here today. So during the consent agenda, we did approve a new teacher here for us. So it's actually kind of nice. He can see what's ahead of him, right? And all the nice things, hopefully. So Michael Passetti, are you here? Oh, there you are. Where? Oh, there you are in the back. He has a lot of experience. We were very impressed. Mr. D'Souza, I know, was extremely impressed as he saw him. How many times did you meet him? 4 times? 4 times? All right, so...
he basically owes me dinner at this point.
He has, 10 years experience as a reading teacher, and we're thrilled to have him come aboard here with us. So, welcome, Michael.
Do you have any comments from the board on the 10-year recognition?
Yeah, I would like to say congratulations to all of you. A lot of the teachers mentioned, both of my children had the opportunity to have. One of them currently has my daughter. And I look forward to the ones that are, going to be with them in the high school. I appreciate everything that you do, the time that you put in. Is well deserved, and I really like that we do this. I can't imagine that it's something that can really be done in a larger school district like in Arlington or Wappingers, that we can take a time at a board meeting to recognize every tenured person. We do it for tenure, we do it for retirement, and I think it's really awesome that we're in a community in a district like this that affords the opportunity to let that happen. So thank you very much.
Anyone else?
I certainly would say congratulations as well. Time moves quickly. It's hard to believe it's been 3-4 years since some of you came on board. I remember distinctly, joining our Spacklefield community, many of you 3-4 years ago. So it's great to see how things have progressed. And what struck me, particularly during the introductions and the commemorations, testimonials offered by your mentor figures, I guess, was the amount of activity that people, activities and the amount of work that people do beyond, the classroom. And I think that really speaks to the strength of our district, and in the sense that people are fully engaged in the life of our community and the life of our district. And that's evident in all of the extra work that people are involved in. It's a holistic experience that you bring to our students, and that makes our district so much richer, and our community that much stronger too. So that's particularly striking to me, but congratulations to all of you. Thanks so much for choosing to stay with us here at Spacklefield.
Anyone else?
Congratulations to the tenured teachers and new teacher.
Simply said, congratulations to you and your family. Thank you for all you do for all of our children, and we really look forward to continuing to see your successes and successes of the district, and we're fortunate to have you all, so thank you very much. Okay, with that, move on to item 11.01, public comment on non-agenda items. Do we have any public comment on non-agenda items? Okay, item 11.02 is board correspondence. We had one email correspondence with regard to the snow day give back that was addressed by our superintendent. Item 12.01, comments from the board. Do we have any more comments from the board? I think with that, we'll move on to 12.02 then, comments from the superintendent.
Well, we've been doing a lot of talking tonight. Maybe just to wrap it up, that it's just so nice to see the mentors and the colleagues here tonight to support their colleagues getting tenure. I think someone had said it in talks. It's just a testament to Spacklefield, and that I think whole grade levels are here. Is that correct, Mr. D'Souza? Is whole grade levels here?
Pretty much, yeah.
So it's just great to see, and I think it's just we learn from our new teachers as much as we learn from teachers who have been here for a long time. So it's just great to see everyone kind of together, and the smiles. Everyone's smiling. I don't know what's going on back there, but they're smiling and happy. And that's great. That's really what it's about. And to see the family members. I see little kids here. So be proud of this moment with your family. Go out to eat. We're about to be done here, so maybe, or at least ice cream. We're the kids. I'm going to say it. Ice cream. I'll get in trouble for that probably. But it's just a nice, Mr. Cohen said, it's just a nice thing we do. And to hear, everyone talk about, the teachers that are really going to really shape the lives of the kids in our community. It's just great. So thank you everyone for coming to support our honorees, and then thank you for honorees for everything you do. Thank you.
Okay, item 13.01. The board will take a vote to go directly into executive session for the purpose of hearing an appeal of student discipline. It is anticipated that the board will reconvene the public session at approximately 8:45 p.m. Do I have a motion to go into executive session?
So moved.
Do I have a second?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Passes 5-0. Thank you very much. Okay, I'm going to read a resolution. Be it resolved that the Board of Education of the Spackenkill Union Free School District hereby affirms the superintendent's decision and suspension of student number 12662 issued pursuant to an education law, section 3214, superintendent's hearing, and further authorizes the board president to inform the parents of student number 12662 of its decision. Do I have a motion?
So moved.
Do we have a second?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye, passes 5-0. Okay, I'll ask for a motion to adjourn the meeting.
Motion to adjourn the meeting.
Have a second?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye, passes 5-0. Thank you.